Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hello Crypto, episode 11, presented by 60s Trading. Master the markets with precision. Learn, execute, and profit. I'm 60, and joining me today is Jay Blaine from the Alpha Angle. Remember to embrace the crypto culture at thealphaangle.com. Today, we're going to do a quick run through on XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. We may hit on a few other coins. Then we're going to look at a trade setup and how we would play it. So, all right, let's get into it. Right now for XRP, what we're looking at, we're still sideways. We're chopping sideways, kind of like we said in the last episode where, it looked like, for the weekly, we still got to come down. And I was saying we may chop sideways a little bit for this week. We may push up a little bit. We still got to pull back down. We're not going to get very far. And then for the end of the week, we may see another pushback up and then another pullback down because weekly, we still have to hit that green trigger spot, the entry for our slingshot to the upside. So that is something that we're still looking at, and we're still sideways. And so what we've said so far has been correct. But now we're looking at on the 15-minute, Jay and I are sitting here and we're looking at it. We've thought about it. So we're saying, okay, it's come up and it looks like it's creating another little slingshot to the downside. And so we're looking at a possible entry here. So what we're looking at is a entry around that dollar. What do we got here? Like $1.59, $1.58, something like that. And you're going to route it down to about $1.54, $1.53, something like that. What we got marked out here actually on the chart is what we're playing out. Now, over on the actual platform where we're trading, the numbers are a little bit off. It's saying we're going to be around $1.53 or something, but we can still see the same setup, same order block setups here. So what we've done is we pulled up, we've caught this little one right here. We're looking at another pullback down because just like we had this little slingshot episode right here on the 15-minute, we've come back up, crossed over again for a smaller little slingshot thing. Should drop us down to this order block here, which is at that $1.54 down to that $1.52. So that's what I'm currently looking at right here on XRP. Is we're going to still see that when we break it down and we go look at all the other time frames, you can still see that we are still sideways inside of this huge order block that we had to the downside. So it's a support area that we've technically not broke the support area. I mean, the order block itself has already been mitigated. And what we know about the order blocks being mitigated from our good friend over here.
Now, the next rule is that order blocks are a one-time use.
A one-time use. All right. So remember that this order block's been mitigated, so we can't use it. We have to look at new ones. But I did leave it here so that way we could be able to say, okay, are we down below it? Are we above it? Have we come out of it? We have not came out of it yet. So that's where even on the higher time frames, when you get to looking at it, it's pulled up and everything, and it's riding that green line on the bottom side. We're still looking for more pullback down here. 4 hour, when we go to it, it's showing more of a leaning towards the downside, as well as we already had the last 4 hour one did spike up above the green, giving us the ability for this candle as well as the next 4 hour candle to be able to push to the downside. So we got to be careful with that. Daily's already showing that it wants to push down some more as well. At this time, it is possible, looking at the green lines now dropping into the actual order block area. So the order block was at $1.67, is down to $1.6737 is that green line there on the daily. So I mean, we could still pull up to the green line, touch it, and not come out of this order block and still be able to take and have another day where we push to the downside. We have not got a green dot on the daily. The weekly, it is closing in, but unless we get this candle to drop us all the way down to that $1.15, $1.05, whatever, I think we may possibly still be choppy this week going sideways, and next week we may see another drop down some more before we wind up pulling back up. So it's possible sideways this week. Next week's candle, we drop on down to the next layer here, and then we kind of hover around for a little bit in there and kind of pull up a little bit. Then a new weekly candle, and we start pulling back up to the top. Is what is something that could play out, but right now, getting a little ahead of ourselves and possibly not spectating, but help me out here. I'm having a brain fart on the word I'm looking for. No answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear the question, buddy.
I'm over here. I'm calling out stuff, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself because then I would be. It's not spectating. It was the word that came out of my mouth, but we're trying to call out something before it even happens.
Were you trying to predict it?
It's like predictions and stuff. It's
Assuming?
Speculations is what I'm looking at.
Speculation.
So yeah, so right now it'd be speculations to think that that it would be like it. But I mean, so far for this week, for what I was saying that we probably gonna do for this week, so far has been on par with exactly what I've said. So that's what I'm looking at right there. I'm taking bounce it right here. Do you have a chart you want to show, or is it okay if I just keep it here on the 15-minute while you do your alpha angle?
Yeah, you can leave that right there. Actually gonna be talking about XRP here, so you can leave that up.
All right.
And just a reminder, guys, the order book reads, it's a context tool. I just want to make sure that you guys understand, we use this to confirm or deny what the Alpha Pulse system is already telling us. So, if they don't agree, we wait. But just want to put that out there. So, all right, just a quick update on XRP, and I'll be comparing this to this morning's book. We're seeing clear signs that sellers are taking over. They're pressing harder. This morning, ask side was pretty passive, not really leaning in. Now those asks
He's
are
on his
stacked.
way home. He might have just pulled up.
Oh, I see his lights. Oh, was that for me? Oh, I see.
No, you're good.
Anyway, the support is still there, 60, but it's not. It's just not reacting as strong as whenever the price dips into it. That normally means it's getting pretty tired. On the flow side, buyers aren't. They're not getting rewarded. Market buys are coming in, but they're getting eaten up as fast as the price can change. And that price just isn't moving through, isn't following up. That's a shift. So, this morning, buys had more punch. Right now we've got a tight range, stuck under resistance, and that support line is really weakening. It's coiled, but it is leaning heavy. So, if the buyers show up and decide to lift that wall, we will flip this. But if bids keep pulling or getting taken out, we're likely to head down lower into the next support pocket. And that's kind of what I feel is going to be happening. Glancing at the heat map, it backs up what we're saying here. You can see a solid ask pressure stacking up just above our current price, and especially around the $1.57 and up. That wall's been sitting there and hasn't budged. Bid side, we've still got some support down there, but it's not chasing the price. So unless one of those sides make a move, we're boxed in, buddy. Right now, the weight is coming from above.
All right. Yeah, it looks like that trade that we was talking about there, looks like we've triggered into it. And of course, yes, I did go in heavy on the actual leverage. I went in 50x on this, and currently it's already up about 7-8%. So we'll see how this plays out while we're doing everything here. We'll go ahead and let's switch over to Bitcoin. See if we can take a look at Bitcoin, see what it's doing here. So for the daily, it looks like it does want to pull back down some more for it. It's getting closer to that 70,556 down to that 476. My bad. So we are closing in on that order block. I meant before this to get the actual Bitcoin dominance up to see kind of where we're sitting at and stuff. But even at that, when we're looking at it on the weekly and stuff, on all three of them, they're all three showing that there could be another pump. So that could be a good possibility that we're going to see all three of them after we get down to that 70,000. So we already know we're pulling down on the weekly. We got that big old wick right there that's got to be filled back out. So we're going to see another push down. So shorts are going to make us some money. Don't expect it to continue to go and go and go. Always take a profit. Make sure you move your stop loss into the take profit. Speaking of which, let's see. Not just yet. We're not up enough yet on that one. But yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll take a look here on the lower time frames for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is pulling back up here to roughly about 76,668 possibly here on the 1 minute. But it looks like what it's wanting to do here is we're wanting to look at switching and pulling back down for the 1 minute pink line possibilities. 5 minute. Yeah, so we're going to wind up pulling back down again on Bitcoin. And those pullbacks is what's pulling us down. 5 minutes getting close to saying trigger to come back down. Could it push on up to the pink line? It's possible, but that's a little bit of a big move. And we do have order boxes, there to help push it back down again before it does go up. And then, of course, looking at our green, orange, and red lines, they are starting to squeeze again. So we can see another push to the downside here, especially just like we pulled up here. When we dropped, we've done another pull up on it. We can see another drop on it. On there, 15 minute. So we've got the 15 minutes reset. Okay, so right there's the 30 minute. We came above the red line reset. So basically that's all it was doing. And that's where it shows on the 30 minute that we got to pull back down again to get below the green line. 1 hour also showing that it pulled above the green line, ready to push back down as well. It's still in a downtrend actually on the 1 hour. 2 hour, we pulled up to the green line like we would need to as we would ride down. As you go on the bigger time frames, you're going to see the exact same thing, but in a bigger picture. That's how we get all the way to the 4 hour and see that. Let's see, 4 hour, we pulled all the way up to touch the green. Oh, we may have had our stop loss a little too close there, but it was a small loss. Let's see. Yep, 4 hour does show that it has the ability to push back down as well, because it's rode it, pulled up, hit, rode down, pulled above it. So we still have some downside here. I don't know if we're going to hit it tonight though. That's the thing. What is the alpha's angle on the pressure? Is it showing more of a up or a downside?
It's all kind of the same, buddy, or more of the same. It's definitely showing in favor of the sellers and pointing down. The sellers just moved in, bud. This morning they were more balanced. We had space overhead. Buyers were showing up. Nothing looked real heavy. Now, we're seeing the weight. The ask side is just stacking up, and just like on XRP, it's sitting right above the price. Buyers are still around again. I don't want you to think that I'm not seeing any of that, but they're still around. They're just not stepping up the way they were this morning. Bids have pulled back, and that same support zone from this morning, it's getting weaker, and it's just that the absorption's slower. That bounce isn't really very convincing, and so market buys are hitting. They're getting absorbed immediately. There's no follow through. That tells us sellers are comfortable and not, they're not giving up ground. So we're, again, coiled under what is now our resistance. And, nothing's broke yet, but the pressure, we're feeling it. So unless buyers lift through that wall soon, we're likely to head again lower into that next liquidity zone. keep an eye on the 78,030, like the as a breakout level, and the 77,980 mark as a breakdown shelf. One of those goes, the range is done. So, our heat map is backing that up. And if we've got a big wall above the price, it's not moved. It's holding clean. Buyers just aren't testing it, dude. So, yeah, we get a softer bid size and a smaller size. Just not a lot of aggression from buyers right now. That's about it, my man.
All right. Looking at the 15-minute on the Bitcoin, we did have, just like we had on XRP, we do have that order block over here for it around that 73,767. So that's where I would be seeing Bitcoin trying to pull back down to there. And then if we pull it back, coincidentally, if you're looking at that, for that pullback, you're going to see that 1 minute pink line touch again. So looking at it, looks like it's already starting to do another little drop down on the 1 minute as well. So we'll continue to play it out, watch it, and see how it does. I wound up re-entering on that short because I'm still looking at it, and I'm still thinking that's exactly what we're fixing to do. Is that go down to that, what was it, the 15-minute order block there?
Yeah.
So. And then now let's go ahead and step over to Ethereum. So for Ethereum, look at this. So we've been playing inside this order block, and each day we're pushing down harder. We haven't broke the bottom of that actual order block. We're still in it. We haven't broke to the bottom of it, and we hadn't just came out of it and stayed out of it. So, looking for another push down again on this daily candle, and this one could be the candle that breaks us down below on Ethereum, down below that $2,105. So we break below that. That opens us up to that $1,849, which is also going to get us down to that Bitcoin, $70,556. Don't shoot the messenger. I can't help it. Everybody hates it. Then when we call anything going short, everybody wants to the moon, but unfortunately, I don't have the button over here to go to the moon. If I did, I would be slapping that thing. We'd be going to the moon, okay? But yeah, we're going to see some downside here. We've already I had some lines drawn out here that was actually for our weekly order block, and it's already broke the weekly order block. So kind of lets me know that you're going to see even more lower prices towards that other one, because when you break through that weekly order block, that means, hey, we got to go to the next weekly order block, and technically that we can hit that one right in here, which would be around that $1,873. So it coincides with a daily order block, a weekly and a daily together. You put the two together, you're looking at a good possibility of, support right there. So as it sits, we're still sideways. We are looking at some more downside. The daily is starting to try to push itself down. It tried pulling up a little bit. I think for the day we've managed to get up to 2281, with a low of $2,224. But we're going to be looking at seeing that thing drop down below the $2,100. And now it's time for the alphas angle on Ethereum.
Let's see what we have in here. Well, the book has shifted again. This morning, ETH was coiled up and balanced, and bids and asks were spaced, not really pressing. That has all changed. Sellers have moved in here as well. Ask walls have, I got to stop saying that, thickened and dropped lower. And, every time that ETH tries to push, it hits that size and stalls. Buyers, again, they're here, but they're just not very aggressive. We've got the support sitting in about 2366, and it's holding, but not bouncing with any kind of authority. Let's see. There's a clear sign here that pressure is leaning down, buddy. We're going to go down. I really feel it. The heat map shows it as well. The sellers are just holding too firm right now. I don't know if I haven't got to check the news, if there's something that came out, government shutdown, the announcing of the new chair. So maybe that's bothering things and people are just uneasy, but I just don't think that we've had any really hard news for this. I think this is just the market working itself out. And though we will see a lower run, I don't think that the race to the top is very far off.
Absolutely. So going back over here and looking at XRP again just to see how we're doing. You know, it over on the actual trading chart, it looks better, you know, than over here. I guess technically my entries over here is actually off. Should be up. I guess I should put it a little higher because I'm in profits on it. So we'll do that, and then I'll move that stop loss to just above right there. And we're still doing that right there. All right. So we'll see how that plays out there. All right. So what's some of these other ones? We got what? DAG. Let's take a look at DAG. Let's see here. We ain't looked at this one in a while. So let's go back here. Look at the daily. Oh, wow. So we came down and hit that lower when I was talking about the daily. So we hit it. We completely just destroyed that 4-hour one. 4-hour was nothing compared to that daily one. But we did hit the daily where I said we was going to come down to. Held it and pushed all the way up. And it looks like it's getting ready for another little pullback here to our green line, which should come bring it down to that 0.013803. And then with this big spike, I would believe we're going to continue to push up to the daily order block to the upside there that we had marked out. That right there just shows you the power of order blocks. The higher the time frame, the better and the stronger they are. And if you have multiple time frames coinciding, especially the higher ones, that is bigger, stronger support to help hold and be a good entry. So looking at that, that was a beautiful spot. If anybody was looking at an entry on it, when we called that one out, what was that? How many episodes back was that? I don't even remember how many episodes back. It's been a few since we've done that one. I think it was like episode 3 or 4 that we did that on. So we called it out. It ran it. We've pulled up. We've nailed what? 4-hour pink line's done. 2 hours done. 1 hour's done. 30-minute, 15-minute. And here we are already coming back, hitting the 5-minute and the 1-minute. Good Lord, did you see that right there? That big drop.
When was that?
That was today, February 3rd at 2000 hours, pretty much. So we've
yeah, I'm not currently trading DAG, so I didn't feel that. I do own it. I'm holding it.
I do own it as well, but yeah, I'm not trading it. But for those that's wanting to get in on it and trade it and all that stuff, I mean, we've already hit the 1 minute and 5 minute. We know the pattern is 1 minute pink line, then you'll wind up seeing the 5-minute, then you'll see the 15, and so on. So, you know, you're going to be looking at the 15-minute one coming in. I'm going to take, and just as a, not as an actual marker stuff, but I'm just going to take mark out where the 15-minute pink line is, go back out to the daily. So, yeah, I mean, I can see it. You know, you pull back down to the green line, maybe pull right just below the green line, and then new daily, push it back up. So I mean, yeah, I can see that 100%. On other news, real quickly, I'll switch back over here and I'll say that on the trade we got for the XRP is in the profits. I'm up 22% as it sits. Keep in mind, I had to re-enter from that first one. It was a small. I had the stop loss for pretty much where the trigger was, just right behind it, not giving it no room really.
I thought that was pretty tight.
Did you give it a little more room?
Oh yeah.
So you're still in it. Okay. Yeah. You're a little more riskier, but yeah, it's okay. I done got more back than that little bit I lost. So, so we got that. So back over to DAG. What do we have as far as the alpha side angle on it?
Not much. Here's the thing. I don't have a read from this morning to compare that to. So I will have that for you tomorrow morning, or because I have taken one, or I'm taking one now. And so I'll have a comparison for DAG. The only three I was prepared for was our XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. But I am following DAG, so I will start having that prepared.
Right on and stuff. So, and for those that are just watching this, we do put out those. So in between these episodes, we're putting up updates every day in the Discord, where you'll be able to get the actual, breakdown that I give, analysis on it and stuff. You'll be able to get Jay's alpha angle update over here as well for the order book, and he's looking at doing a heat map as well. So you'll be able to get that, and then of course you'll be able to get the indicators that we have here. You'll be able to sit down with us, learn it and stuff. So we're all here about helping everybody and stuff. It doesn't cost that much. We're not like the other ones that they tell you, $400, $500, $1,000, whatever a month and stuff, and then treat you like crap, don't want to help you, and never around. We're always around. Send a message in our Discord and stuff, and we're here to help.
Absolutely, buddy.
But yeah, that's what we got for DAG. Is we're looking for, again, a pullback to the green line, maybe just a little bit past it and stuff, and maybe just to the green line, and another push up to that daily order block there. So what we had marked out from before, I mean, it's taken a little while to get there, but guess what? It's exactly what we've done. We've got there. What is another one? I know you like some H bar.
I like H-bar.
I knew
Absolutely.
you like some H bar. Let me find it on my list here. Probably should have brought my glasses in. Might help me, read the charts better, huh? Let's see. Did I knock it off of here for some reason? I bet you it's kind of like, trying to find the ketchup in the fridge. Have to have the wife come here and point it out for me.
In H-bar, it looks to me like it's following the same path.
It's sad. I think I may have actually just deleted it off of here by accident. Let me go ahead. Oh, wait. There it is up here. Why is it up in metals? That's why I can't find it. No, we're up there looking at metals. Actually, speaking of metals, silver's actually down. It was up over $100. Now we're down to $87. You know what that's called?
Manipulation.
I was gonna say back the truck up and load up some more, man, because that thing gonna go back up there. We're gonna be looking at what, $1,000 silver soon. I hope all that silver buying, man, is already paying off. But all right,
yeah, my highest silver was $26, I believe. So I'm still feeling pretty good about it.
Awesome. Yeah, I think 25 or 26 is somewhere was the last that I'd bought in at. So that's a good deal too. So, all right. So H bar itself has come down and it has destroyed the solar block. So that one is actually no good. It is pushing to the downside. It's actually playing out along the sides of XRP, Bitcoin, and all that. Now, what do we have? We do have a small order block down here on the daily. That's what this is 0.043. Oops. 4347, and then you got down to 0.04162. So we do have that one down below there. It is a possibility of seeing it pull down to there. It is ready for an entry. What does the weekly show here? Oh, the weekly is showing that it is ready to actually send it back up. The reason why it's still pulling down, and it's probably going to pull down because that pricing is, we got a weekly order block right there as well. Let's go ahead and mark that. We'll mark it out here on the weekly as well. So we got that 0.05045. That could, let me just look it over here. Go to Ethereum. Yeah. And then Bitcoin. So Bitcoin pulls us down to the 70,000. That's going to get you more than likely an H bar down in here. Wow.
I'd have to agree.
That's
a drop.
That's a drop. And it's like H bar doesn't want to do this. It absolutely does not want to do that. It wants to go to the upside, but Bitcoin is pulling it. So unless Bitcoin can break and start going sideways and allowing altcoins to take off, yeah, it's going to pull it down more. But that just, it confirms us even more that we are fixing to have that alt season. It's everything is setting up. We've said the daily is saying it's ready to go. The weekly is saying it's ready to go on multiple of these coins, altcoins, and all that. So I'm excited. Let's see. I know there's one more I wanted to try to look at. Let's check out Zebek.
Yeah.
Zebek is actually closing in on getting into a buy position on the weekly here. Looks like we have a weekly order block. That's actually a huge order block that we can see there at the 0.001267 all the way down to that 0.000698. So that should hold up pretty well, and along with the Bitcoin pulling to there, that could be a good, beautiful little entry if you're going to do some Zebek stuff there. Again, we don't do financial advice. We just kind of read the charts and tell you what we see. Whether you take it or not, that is your priority if you do or not.
Sebek's really impressed me this year.
It has.
Or last. Well,
Well, I mean, yeah, I know it's just been a month or so ago for switching over to the new year, but within the past like 12 months, the back is really, it's just up and gone, man. It's amazing. Let's see, we had all the way back from May of 2025 is when we had our all-time high, it looks like, at that 007. Ain't that a good little sign?
Nice.
007, 186. All right, so, man, yeah, we're going to see a pullback on Zebek. We're going to hit that, and we'll be able to see some more upside. It's honestly looking like we're just going to be a slingshot just about on all of our altcoins. Everything that we're looking at, there's not really much to say other than, right now, if you're on an entry for it, a short, get in a short. If you want to ride it all the way down to there, I would say if you're wanting to be able to have a better range, I would do from the daily. I would be able to give it room to breathe and stuff. So you're looking at, if you enter in at the 002011, let's just go over here to the trade calculator, brought to you by Jay Blaine from the Alpha Angle.
Do have your update coming for that.
You do? I didn't even tell you what was looking for. He got an update though. And then
I'm working on a slide.
So I would do, let's see, 002631 as a stop loss. And then, of course, the take profit area would be down here at the 001267. All right, so we go in. We'll always just call it 1,000. Doesn't have to be. If we was to ride that stop loss will be a terrible spot at 25x, because you're going, you're definitely losing it, the 100% if it hits that. So we'll go back to 5x leverage. Still too much. So 3% or 3x would still get you at about 91, so you'd still wind up losing it. The 2 times the leverage would get you to just a little over half if it was to go back, but it would give you a safe space to be able to pick up a 74% win over that time. So that's the thing too, is each trade you got to watch your leverage. Speaking of leverage, I see we are up 33%. I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop loss just into the green over here. So if we do decide to all of a sudden pump to the top side, I will take a profit, not a loss. It'll just knock me out into profit. So here we are. We're pushing down towards 40% currently on XRP. Man, I was hoping this thing would drop a little bit faster, so that way we can be able to have the outcome and everything during this recording. And guys, if you'd like to be able to be a part of the live recording and stuff, it's also inside the Discord. We're inside of one of the Hangouts. You actually heard one of our members when they jumped in there. Their mic was on and stuff, so that's what threw Jay off over there. And of course, you'll be able to see our ugly mugs as we have our webcams on inside there as well.
Yeah, caught me off guard.
I know. I was just like, where's that one from? But that's okay. We love our members and stuff, and we want to be able to take and help them and all that good stuff. So, you have anything else that you want to look over or go over?
I don't think so. I would like to add a meme or two in here, just for fun. I do have a couple that I'm in. I normally go in about 5 of them in the bear market, and just put a little bit in, see what happens. And so I'm looking forward to those unfolding as well.
Now, which ones are we looking at here? Let's get one of them at least up here.
Pull up. You know what I want to see, and it has been it's been terrible. It's been a terrible coin to be in, but I am still in Floki. I only bought it because I saw it that they had rented out a billboard in New York for it wasn't for this past New Year's Eve, but they had rented out a spot. When I saw that, I figured, maybe a good one to jump into, and I did, and it's done nothing but go down.
So I do remember Floki. I remember last bull run. When we had what is that? What is the other one that's like Floki? It's both of it.
Are you talking about Shiba Inu?
Yeah, so Shiba Inu or whatever. I don't know. I guess it's not like her, but I remember Shiba Inu done its little thing, and then right after, somebody said something about Floki and stuff, and I went and I found a platform that had it, and I bought in, and boy, that thing took off, and I managed to catch a ride on it last time. And then again this year, Shiba Inu and stuff done its little thing, and then right after, so did Floki, it took off. And I didn't get into it this year, but hey, last time it done me real well. So, but looking at it, yes, that good old October 10th candle, we hadn't retraced all the way down on it. More than likely, on the 1 minute time frame, you're going to find some kind of order blocks in there that we haven't hit on that one. And of course, it's pulling down due to the Bitcoin as well. But the good news is the weekly, we had that green dot for takeoff, and it's, it ain't got enough data really to keep going like the other ones, but it did get us a green dot. We did see the takeoff up there, and then we had that drop, and now it's actually pulling back down into the train station, getting ready, getting refueled, getting ready to pump again. So I would say for this next little drop that we get with Bitcoin, as it pulls into that 70,000, that'd be probably a good area to look at buying in on a lot of these meme coins and altcoins and all that stuff, because you're going to wind up seeing another good pump coming in, as altcoin season should be coming in right after you see that 70,000 area. And what we'll really know too is if it's enough, is we'll be able to see that weekly will actually be down below our line here, giving us a getting ready for that green dot. So as it starts to angle back up and it gives us a green dot, we know that it is time to ride the rocket to the moon. But yeah, I like Floki. I mean, might be just a little meme or stuff, but at the same time, it can
Let's
make
see
you
what
money. So we got Floki. What's the other meme coin you want to look at?
Oh, I wanted to see if that that meme coin on Axelar. That's it. It actually isn't a meme coin, but it is one I have on my list here.
Does I have that one? Thought I did. No, I got ape in here. Who don't have some ape? That's AVAX. Okay, so that's not it. That's Avalanche. Okay, AXL.
Yes.
Is it just? Oh yeah.
AXLR.
All right.
Or is it AXL? Is that what it is?
Yeah, XLR. Okay. All right. So 4-hour shows. We already keep up around that pink line. Let's just look at it. Let's break it down time frames. So time frames on 1 minute shows we're on the downtrend towards the 1 minute pink line at that around that 6 cents where we're headed. 6 cents 65 actually. 5 minute pink line would be up for play. We just destroyed the 15 minute. 30 minutes already been hit. 1 hour's already been hit. The 2 hour. Yep, we'll call that a hit. 4 hour, call it a hit. And the daily, I guess we don't have enough data on it yet to see a daily. However, my guess would be that it would be above our blue line. See how the yellow is below the blue? So I mean the pink will be up the top. So we're going to have a little bit more of a pullback here. Still weekly says it's ready to go. It's already pulled down below that drop from the October 10th an area. Actually, that one for this one was October the 6th. According to that. Well, if I do it to the daily, it'll probably show it right. Yep, October 10th. But yeah, so we've already broke down below our October 10th for this one. This one is already saying, hey, we're ready to go. Let's take off. But you're going to see it have to come down a little bit more. Looks like we're going to see some lower prices that we hadn't even got marked out here.
I'd sold my Axelar before that date. I've just been trying to see if we can identify, which I mean, I can't imagine it going much lower. It's probably a pretty good opportunity to get in.
So like I said, on a lot of these, you're going to see some more pull down because they're following the same suit as you are with Bitcoin. So if we take and we look at Bitcoin, on the daily and stuff, you're seeing the same exact trend line of the downside. As far as that one, or going back over here. I mean, for Bitcoins for the October 10th, it wasn't a big one, but actually during that time, it actually hit the order block that I had called out from right here. I called that order block out, and it came right there, touched just into it, and before it reversed. When I was sitting there, because I kept staring at XRP, I had a bad habit of that, getting that tunnel vision on XRP. And then when I flipped over to XRP or to Bitcoin, because I was like, man, I've already hit everything that I've got marked on XRP and called it. I switched over to Bitcoin and I said, oh, that's what we're going to. So yeah, these are amazing. But yeah, everything is following the same suit. So we're going to possibly see another pull down a little bit more. How much more for Bitcoin? Currently, from where we're at, down probably another 6, maybe 8% or so, 9, something like that, from our current position of where we're at. And that drop should hopefully put everything into the green zone to buy, take off. So that's what I'm waiting for before I look at purchasing anything else. Will be Bitcoin hitting down to that 70,556. That's where I'm going to be looking at entries, because from there I'm expecting to see more upside. And back over to the XRP real quick and to the 15-minute time frame, and we'll see that our trade is currently up 47%.
You like that high level leverage, huh?
Well, here's the thing. So the great thing about these indicators is once you learn them, you can trade the scalping style like this if you've got the time to sit there and watch the actual charts. But when you're like me and you and stuff, and we got to take and throw a trade on there and go and not worry about it, that's that long-term setup. We gotta
it's definitely you have to trade a different style.
right.
I mean, you're 100% correct there.
So, but we've got all those set up there, and we've looked at all that. We'll go ahead and get this stuff taken care of for tonight. We'll do an update in the Discord in the morning and stuff. So if you haven't already, head over to the alphaangle.com, check out the gear, get you some good stuff over there. Head over to the 60strading.com. Go ahead and check out the trade calculator. You can check out the tools, check out Blowfin and all that stuff. You can come sign up for the Discord. Again, it's $21.99 a month. Make sure you go head over to the social medias, check them out, like them, follow. And if you got any kind of value out of any of this, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. We appreciate all that. At this time, we're going to end out the show. We thank everybody for watching this, and we'll see you in the next episode. God bless.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, 60.